This bipartisan work on infrastructure just reinforces the recklessness of the purely partisan taxing and spending spree that Democrats want to ram through next. Even before we get to this week, there's ample evidence the Senate is fully capable of passing policies that are actually smart, that actually make things better for American families, and to do so with bipartisan majorities. A year and a half ago, the Senate turned a blank sheet of paper into the CARES Act that saved our healthcare system, saved our economy, and poured money into Operation Warp Speed to help unlock vaccines in record time. Overwhelming bipartisan support. A year ago, we passed the Great American Outdoors Act, a historic investment in our nation's national parks and national treasures. Another very large bipartisan vote. Last December, there was yet another bipartisan COVID rescue package. And just a few months ago, senators once again compromised and passed a big bipartisan bill addressing American competitiveness versus China. There's nothing stopping policies from earning bipartisan support here in the Senate when they deserve it. Bills that deserve to pass the chamber are not having a hard time passing. So the fact that our Democratic colleagues will immediately pivot to a staggering, reckless tax and spend spree that will not earn a single Republican vote, well, that tells Americans everything they need to know. This 50-50 Senate, a very narrowly divided House, and a president who promised unity and togetherness have decided they want to respond to an environment of uncertainty and inflation with a sprawling $3.5 trillion socialist shopping list and a huge set of painful tax hikes. That's their plan. Our friend and colleague, the junior senator from Vermont, may not have won the Democratic presidential nomination, but his ideology sure has won the war. So in the next few days, the Democratic leader says they'll start the process of ramming through this awful, awful package. They want to respond to a border crisis with amnesty. They want to respond to runaway inflation and soaring costs for families with even more reckless spending, printing, and borrowing. They want to respond to a growing worker shortage by turning a tax credit for working parents into permanent welfare with no work requirement. They want to respond to an uneasy economic recovery with massive tax hikes and a whole catalog of Green New Deal mandates and regulations so Washington bureaucrats can run the country. So, Mr. President, if what Senate Democrats are planning to do next was a good idea, it would read like one, and it would smell like one, and it wouldn't require a hyper-partisan high-wire act from Senate Democrats to pull it off.